morning, welcome to my channel. My name's Dawn, I'm the Reclusive Crafter, and today is Mishmash Monday. And I'm going to be cracking on with this Alice journal. I did a little bit of a review of it, and I've still got quite a lot to do, to be fair. So rather than mess about with other things, I'm going to mess about with this instead. First things first, I'd like to say hello to all my new subscribers. So welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, you are more than welcome. And I would also like to say a big welcome as well to all my existing subscribers who are very loyal. And yeah, keep coming back and back and back, which is lovely. And I've had some beautiful comments again recently, which thank you very much. I'm very appreciative of that. Makes it all worthwhile. So let's crack on with the day. I've got quite a few journal cards I need. So I've been having a little rummage, as you do, and I came across this. This was in my stash. It's called Urban Style. I've no idea where it was purchased from. All I can tell you is that it was in a huge stash that I bought from somebody else. They were having a clear out and this was in theirs, so I've no idea how old it is or anything else, but there we go. And I had a quick look through, and there's a couple of little sheets in here which I think are quite useful actually. I quite like these keys because obviously there's the key to unlock the door in the story, which is, if you remember, is on the table. So I'm going to use that. I have cut it out and I'm going to be using that as a journal or as a journal card. And there's also another one in here that I'd like to use, which is this one. And I thought that might make quite a nice little journal card as well. If I was to cut that down, I could maybe even get two out of it if I did half and half, depending on how big a journal card I needed. So that's the plan. We're just going to crack on and just see how I do, really. I've got lots of bits and pieces out as usual. I've made a start on one of the cards and I've cut this down to I have cut it down to 6.5 by 4.5, and the little cut-off piece, or one of the little cut-off pieces, I've just added onto the bottom and just added on yet another pocket for a bit more journaling space. Don't ask me why I did that, because I've still got loads to make, but I thought it looked quite nice. And I've also pulled out a few other bits and pieces. So I came across this rather pretty stamp in my collection as well, which has got a beautiful red rose on it, which I'm going to be using. I have also got some print-offs that haven't been used yet, some miniature ones where I reduced the page down. I think I did that size 6 to a page, and that's backed, but I'm still going to use that anyway. I thought I might put that on there actually. So that's my plan with that, and then that's going to go there, I think. And then that's as far as I've got with it up until now. So yeah, let's crack on and see how we do. So I am recording this one a bit later than I would normally record it. It's Sunday today. This is due to air tomorrow, which is Monday, and I've usually done this video by Friday, but it's very warm in the UK. How are you all coping with the heat? I don't cope terribly well with the heat, to be honest. It makes me feel very tired and lethargic. So I'm really struggling to get my mojo on the go today and yesterday. In fact, I was dog sitting yesterday, so I didn't do anything except dog sit yesterday. So I didn't get any of this done yesterday at all, which I really should have done. I was hoping to get some of this done in the background, but as yet I haven't done that because I've been very naughty. Yeah, so dog sitting went really well. I literally sat and all I did all day was fussy cut, basically, and nothing to do with the Alice journal, I hasten to add. Just bits and pieces that I've got in my collections that just needed to be fussy cut. So that's what I did yesterday, which was nice. I'm not a big fussy cutter. I wouldn't say I enjoy fussy cutting. I do it because it needs to be done. But yesterday it was quite nice just to sit out in the garden and do a little bit of fussy cutting and just keep an eye on the dogs, making sure they behave themselves. And as you would think, most dogs would actually be laying around and not doing a great deal in the sun. Not my son's dog, no. She was on the go from morning till night, with the exception of about an hour where she had a little bit of sleep, and then she woke up again and decided that it was time to play again. So yeah, she kept me quite busy. Well, I say she kept me busy. That's not strictly true, actually. On my summer house, I've got one of those little dangly things that kind of reflects the light. It's got like crystals and things in it, and it reflects the light. Should I put that on there as a pocket? No, that's going a bit mad, Dawn. Yeah, it reflects the light, so it gives out a lot of kind of, what do you call it, rainbow effect, reflections and things. And she was literally chasing them around nearly all day yesterday, so she pretty much kept herself entertained, to be fair. And then when she did get tired, she laid down, had a bit of a sleep, and then woke up and started the same thing again. So yeah, whilst my other two elderly dogs, because she's only, how old is she? She's 18 months, I think. Yeah, my elderly dogs, on the other hand, decided that it was all just too much for them, and they needed to just sleep all day, which is virtually what they did. Now then, I'm putting that there. I just want to cover up that little bit there. And I'm just having a look, see what I've got. Will that do it? Maybe I'll use a slightly bigger one. That was a reduced size version, that one. Maybe that one. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? Quite like that. We shall do that then for that one. So I'd like to also say hello to Yvette. Yvette gave me a lovely message yesterday, saying that she's working on something and that she's used a lot of what I've done previously as her inspiration, which I think is a lovely thing to say. So thank you very much for that. It's really lovely to know that the things that you do inspire people, and that they do actually get something out of it, which is nice. I mean, whilst I enjoy doing this, it's lovely to think that you're imparting some of that knowledge and thought process to other people as well, which is lovely. So that's nice. And I know I have had a few other viewers that have said similar sort of things as well, which is really lovely. So thank you very much. Your comments are very much appreciated, genuinely so. Yeah, so yeah, the reason I had my my son's dog yesterday was they went out for the day down to Rutland Water. If you're in the UK, you probably know that's kind of Peterborough way. And they did a little bit of, I say a little bit, they did, oh, I've put that too far over. They did a little bit of cycling. And when I say a little bit, like 15 miles worth of it, crazy people in this heat. And that was in the morning, and then they stopped and had a little picnic, and then they put their bikes away and did some paddleboarding. My son's just bought a load of paddleboarding stuff, and they took their daughter paddleboarding, and she absolutely loved it. They had a fantastic day, and they got home, and ironically enough, they weren't too burnt, which was good. But yeah, they had a lovely day, so that was nice. They did invite us, but with the dogs and everything in this heat, and I didn't really want to leave them at home for as long as that. And like I say, to be honest with you, I'm not that hot. I'm not that keen on the heat myself, to be fair. So Right, so that's that little bit done. Oh, I didn't show you, by the way, I've also stenciled the back of this, and I've stenciled it in reds and greens. I think that looks really pretty, so that can still be, it's very light, so it can still be used for journaling on, which is lovely. Well, I think it's lovely anyway, I like it. So I did that as well. And now I just want to do something on here. And I want to use her. This is one of the little punch outs from the digital kit that I'm working with. If you haven't seen any of my other videos before, this is the Alice in Wonderland kit from Scrimping Mummy. I'll leave the link for it in the description for you if you want to get it for yourself. It's a beautiful, beautiful kit. And I've punched that out, and I want to use that on there, and I just want to pop a little bit of smuts across there. I thought I'd put that on there because that's just a little cut off bit that's come from other bits and pieces I've been doing, so I want to put that on there as well. And then this came off one of the little cards that come in the kit as well, which says off with their heads, and with that being Queenie saying off with her head, I thought I'd pop that in there as well. Am I going to get it in there though? Might do. If I pop it maybe down there, give that a bit of a layer there and there, possibly. And then what else do I want to do? Maybe I want a second strip on there. So I've got a bag full of stuff here, which is all, can you see, all these cut-offs from what I've done up till now. That might work. So I might, let me see, let me get the cutter. Where's my cutter gone? There it is. So let's just cut that strip off of there. Let's see what we can get from that. Maybe go a bit wider than that. Just about there, I reckon I might get away with. Yeah, okay. Let's cut that off there. Yep, just getting away with that. Pop those little bits back in the junk bag for now. Then maybe pop that there too. Don't like it. I don't think that's going to work, is it? Maybe if we go like that, pop that on there. I quite like that, I think. Do I? Don't know. Maybe if I just... I didn't want to lose the little speech icons. Oh, so maybe if I put it at the top then, maybe if we go that way round, pop that there, that one about there maybe, go in there instead. No, I don't like that either. Oh dear. Oh. I maybe need a little bit of green that's a bit wider than that, possibly. Let me see what else I've got in my bag. Is that going to be long enough? I think so. Yes. Okay, so how wide was that? That was an inch wide. So, how wide was that? Oh, that's no, that's half an inch. Okay, so we're going to have to go 3/4 of an inch then, I feel. Let's see what we can do with 3/4 of an inch. Let's take that to there then. Let's have a look and see what that'll look like. So, oh, do come along. Do come along. Heavens to Murgatroyd. There we go. How's that? That'll do. It'll do the job. It'll do. Boopy-doopy-doo. Okay, I'm just inking off camera at the moment because I am finding when I'm inking, I'm getting lots of little speckly bits all over my desk. And it's making a bit of a mess, to be fair. So just excuse me just while I run my inker around these little bits, so I don't make a mess. It's warming up here already today. I tried to get into my room as early as possible. That wasn't very early, to be fair. By the time I'd finished faffing about this morning and breakfast and all the other little bits and pieces that you do. Okay, going to pop that there, just. And I didn't ink that little piece, did I? Oh. Just ink that off as well. That'll do the job, missus. Okay, I'm making this square. Normally I like to round things or to banner it or, you know, round it off or something, but I'm going with square on this one just for a change, just because the stamp is square and I thought it would work. Okay, right, so that I think is probably going to go there. Where's my little round piece? Maybe it just needs to come over just marginally. Yeah, I think that works. I think we can go with that. And that'll be one journal piece done. Yay. Just need something to pop in the pocket. But I've got some tags and bits still left, so I'll probably use one of those. Or I was thinking about using this as well, so we shall see how that goes. Okay. Right, that's that one on there. Just want to position that. And then pop this one down. stand up. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to pop that one on there. Nice, and I can now see the little speech marks. Perfect. There we go. So I'm happy with that now. That looks nice. And then I thought we could pop that in. I think it just needs a marginal trim. When I say marginal, I'm just hoping I don't mess this up, because this trimmer is good, but it doesn't like doing slim pickings. Can I take that down any further? I don't want to take it down too far. I don't want it to look silly. This isn't, this, by the way, this time card, it's not part of the kit, but it is one of Scrimping Mummy's. So, and you're going to have to forgive me. I can't remember what kit it is these are in. I think, I know it's one of her add-on kits, but I can't remember which one. So yeah, you're going to have to forgive me on that one, I'm afraid. But I want to use it because it's got the roses on. And it just adds a little bit of extra something as well. There we go, that looks nice. Happy with that. Going to round those corners. There we go, round the corners. I suppose there's one good thing with this heat as well, isn't it? That if you're anything like me, you just don't feel like eating. So it's always good for the waistline. Now, you see what I mean about all this here? This is all from where it's come off the dauber. Which is a bit of a nuisance. Again, I'm just going to talk amongst yourselves just for a minute, just while I ink this off. And I've come to the conclusion that the issue with my throat is potentially my hay fever. It seems to be getting worse as I get older, which is a blooming nuisance. Although I'm not hemming quite so much today, which is a good thing. Right, this is actually, I have backed this already. Well, I say backed, I've printed both sides actually, and it's got that on. But I think you could still use that for journaling. I'm not going to cover it with anything else. I think you could get away with writing on that. So that can now go in there. That's lovely. Super duper. Super duper. And then I thought we would put one of these in here. That's quite nice. I'm going to go with that one. And again, these have been backed. So they can either be used for journaling or just extra bits. And I'm not messing about with them. I'm not putting eyelets in them or anything like that. They are just going in as is, because the cards themselves are absolutely beautiful, or the tags I should say themselves are absolutely beautiful, and I really don't think that they need messing about with, to be honest with you. There we go. And now that's going to go in there. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So that's one done. So let's pop that to one side for a moment and have a look and see what else we were going to do. So I did mention I was going to use one of these. These are actually, they feel like they're about 200 oh, they are, look at that, 200 GSM. So they're 200 GSM, so they're quite chunky little things. And again, what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to do the same as I did with the other one, and I just want to go over it with the colours that I used on the other one I did. And all I did, I've got some really cheapest chips, just ink pads. I'm only using these, and I'm only going to be using them until they've gone. I've had these for quite some time, and they're okay. Do you know what? They do the job, and they're not bad at all, to be fair. They just give you a little bit extra without paying out a fortune. Honestly, they were about a tenner, I think, for was it 10 or 15 colours? I can't remember, to be honest with you, but I've had them a long time, and actually they still work great. So, you know, don't spend a fortune if you're just getting into crafting. You can do quite well with, look at that, that's beautiful, isn't it? With cheap and cheerful will do the job until you know where you're going with the craft, because that's the other thing as well. You know, you may start crafting like this and then decide actually not your scene or cup of tea at all. So just make sure that before you start spending a fortune, that it's something that you are going to enjoy doing. Because if you're anything like me, you go all in and then certain things don't get used again, or certainly not very often anyway. I mean, I was desperate to get into gel printing, and instead of starting off small, I went for an A4 size, and actually I wished I'd gone smaller now, but they're not cheap, you know, those gel pads. Not cheap at all. I think that's going to do. I think we're okay with that. So there we go. So I've just done a little bit of something on the back there, just to take the plainness away. So that's that. I'm going to just pop those to one side. Might use those again at some point, so I'll just keep them in arm's reach. And what do we want to do with this one? Now, I do want a journal card. And I just want to see if half that size, I think maybe not, maybe half is not. You see, look, I've got ink on there. I'm such an idiot, aren't I? Never mind, it blends in. I don't think half is going to be enough, actually. What width is that, I ask myself, because I need something to go in there as well, actually. I haven't even thought about that yet. I don't even know what to do with it. I don't want to run through this because I want to keep some things secret for the walkthrough. Okay, I'm going to go with 4.5, I think maybe 4 even. 4. If I go with 4, I might get 2 out of it. Is that 4 as well? That's actually 4.25. Well, I'll get 2 out of that. Yay me. Okay. So we're going to get 2 out of this one, which is lovely. And I like this because I like that bit down the side there. I think that's really pretty, isn't it? So what are we doing with these? What are we doing with these? I've got lots of bits and pieces left over. We still have one of those. Again, was from Scrimping Mummy's collections, but not this particular one. I had that. That is not from one of Scrimping Mummy's collections. And I'm really sorry, I can't actually remember where that came from. I have got a drinky bottle. We have got a one of those. I've got lots of the flowers left, of all varying sizes. I've also got one of those little ones. We've got Eat Bees. What else have we got? Oh, I don't know what that was. It just went on the floor. We've got Alice. we have got the Pretty Paper Clips clock. We've got some teacups. Do you think I've got enough there to play with, guys? Okay, let's have a look and see what we're going to do. Let's just make up a little old collage. I don't want to pocket on this one because I just feel that things are getting a little bit complicated. I want to try and keep it simple. Simple. Do we want that on? That looks nice, actually. I quite like that there. I think that works really well with those greens, doesn't it? Nice. I might take a bit more. Now, I've left my fussy cut scissors outside in my summer house, so I'm going to have to just very quickly just trim this around a little bit. Just take off a little bit more of the white, I would like to. Not being awfully particular about it, just that we take off a bit more of the white. I should do this when I'm just fussy cutting them normally, but I always think, do you know what, I don't know if I'm going to want the outer bit or not, and inevitably I end up not wanting it. So I don't know why I just don't save myself some time in the first place and just cut them a little bit closer in the first instance. Because I'm an idiot, probably. But there you go. Right. Feeling hot, hot, hot. I have got my fan in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. It doesn't feel like it's doing an awful lot, though. I'm not getting a lot from it, to be fair. I tried not to put it up too high because I didn't want it blaring away while I'm talking to you guys. And there's nothing worse, is there, than when you're watching the video and you can hear the hum of something in the background. It drives you bonkers. Nearly there. Sorry, I wasn't anticipating doing this, but there you go. Best made plans and all. One of these days I might actually plan a video where everything's lined up ready to go and all you've got to do is watch me put it all together. Huh, that'd be novel, wouldn't it? There we go. Nearly there, look. Ta-da. Right. I did not put any care into cutting that because it's just going to take the final little bit of white off with a little bit of Inkaroon. Twiddly-dee, twiddly-dum. There we go. Right then, so I think I might pop that there, quite like that. And then I'm having a think. Oh dear, thinky dinky dink. No, we don't. Cover up his face, bless him. No, no, and no, and no. Now then, that could be. Ooh. Oh, thoughts are now going through my head. Tra-la-la-la-la. Okay, so if I pop that there, I know I've got one because I saw it when I sat down to my desk. There is it. Oh, he's not been cut out. I'm pretty sure I've got a cut out one somewhere. Where's he gone, folks? I have got a cutout Webito somewhere. I've lost him. Oh, there he is. I knew I had one. Oh, he had him. He's here, look. Does that work? Let me bring that over just slightly so that we can get him on there. That could come up a little bit further. That's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. And then we've got another little card made up. And then I'll call it a day for today because it's too hot for you guys to be sitting around. Or maybe it's not actually. Maybe it is the best day of all. Bank Holiday Monday. Woohoo. We love a bank holiday in the UK. I don't think the UK gets many bank holidays as some other countries, to be fair. But I don't think we do too badly, though. I'm sure people will be screaming at me now saying, oh, we don't get enough. And you know what? When I was working, I'd have probably said the same blooming thing as well, that we don't get enough holidays. Okay, now I want to pop that there. And all I'm doing with this, I know there's flowers on there already, but they're not roses. So all I'm doing with this is just giving that some roses. But I'm going to glue that one down. So I've got some roses on there. Because we're painting the roses red. Painting the roses red. Or someone will lose their head. That'll do. Okay, now then, these are the two I need to place so that Robito gets on there. I like that. I think that looks really cute. So I'm going to stick Robito. Does he actually have a name? I know in the film he's just referred to as Mr. Rabbit, isn't he, I think? Alice always goes, Mr. Rabbit, Mr. Rabbit. And I say the film, I'm talking about the Disney version. I'm not talking about the Johnny Depp version. Okay, so let's... Do I want him to come out a little bit? Can he come out a little bit without... yeah, at least we can see a leg there, can't we? He's not quite so hidden. Does that work? I think so. Okay, so I'm going to pop a little bit of glue just on there, just to position him for the moment. And then I'll stick the whole thing down together. So I'm going to pop a little bit of glue just on there. Okay. Bring him out a wee bit. Wee bit. Go away with a little bit further. I think so. I think. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. And now I'm going to pop that on there. That looks nice. And then that'll be the second one. Almost done. I just want to... I think I'm going to pop a word on as well somewhere, maybe, if it works. Because we like words. Okay. Let's that down. Pop that down there. And I think I just need to try and tuck, if I can, a little bit of glue just under there. Oops. Stand up. There we go. Okay. That looks nice. I like that. And then you turn it over and you've got all the greens and reds on the back, so that's good. My roundy off thing is here. It's a journal card, so I'm going to just round the edges, which aren't edges, they're corners, of course. So round the corners, and let me pop this down. I'm going to pop a little bit, just a tad, of inkedy splinkedy around there. And a little bit around there. There we go. Okay. Like that one. I think that one's very lovely. Very lovely indeed. Right. I wanted a little word somewhere, didn't I? I might put one down here actually. This was from one of the cards from the kit. I cut out, I think this was what, no, it couldn't have been what Queenie was on because it's the wrong wording. Can't remember what was on that one, to be fair. Just wondering if I just want to pop that there, save wasting it. I think I will, you know. I think I will. Trimmer, trim. Oh, actually, let me use my little trimmer. This little trimmer, I've no idea where it came from, to be honest with you. It's really quite rubbish, but it's all right, I guess. It does the job. Could probably get away with taking a bit more off of that, can't I? Not sure how much more I want to take off it, mind, but not too much. Oh, that was really worthwhile, wasn't it? Let's just try that one again, folks. That's better. That's better, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's use that little bit up, which is lovely jubbly. Jubbly lovely. Trimmer. Which is not a trimmer, it's a corner. Right, so that's obviously that size, because that's... Yeah, I think that is okay. So we are going to pop these ones in as well. There we go. Oh, that looks rubbish. Never mind. It'll do. Covering up his feet there though, aren't I? I don't want it to be that big. It's too wide, folks, so I'm just trimming it down by hand. This is where things go horribly wrong. And you know what, I'm gonna... Okay, how's that? That's better, isn't it? I'm not losing their feet now. And just a little pot there, I can live with that. Or do we want to... Oh, we're losing the flowers if we go there. No, I think there is the right place. So I think I chose correctly on that one. Just pop in a final little bit of ink around this. And then, my lovely peoples, you must go away and enjoy your day. Unless you just prefer watching videos, which is what I intend to do when I finished here. There we go. Little bit of glue, be-do. And we're going to pop that there. Perfect. Perfect-amundo. Okay, tidy up time. We shall tidy up time, tidy up time. Put all your bits in your box. I've got this as well, actually. This was a die, cut from a die cut. And that's actually a bit of wallpaper. It's the wallpaper actually in my craft room. Just a plain creamy colour. I want to use that as a background on something. But I haven't decided how to make use of it yet. That's... yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll put Alice in there with a rose background. Who knows? I don't know. I want to use it anyway, so I could always use that one on there, actually, couldn't I? Let me leave that there for another day. Okay. So I've only got a couple of cards done today, but I'm quite happy with them, and they're going to fill some spaces. So this one is just a plain card, all right, with just a little collage on there of Mr. Rabbit, who I've cutely named Roberto. And is that a girl's name, Roberto? No, I don't think it is. And then we've got the cards there, the little clock in the background, and obviously the little wording there, find gardeners 2 and 5 and gardeners 7. I think that used to be a kids game, actually. Yeah, I think it might have been. And then all I've done on the back is just given it a little bit of stenciling with the green and the red just very lightly, so that can still be used as a journaling card. So that's that one. And then this one, slightly bigger. I left that one slightly bigger, as you can see. But I put a pocket on this one. I've used one of the punch outs. I've just layered up a few of the background, a couple of the background papers. And again, I've used the wording off of the little card, and I've just put a little tag in there with a little time card, and just done a little bit of collage on there as well. And again, I've done the same stenciling on that, as you can see there. So that's it for today. That's all I am doing for today. Enjoy the rest of your bank holiday if you're in the UK, and I will look forward to seeing you all for No Waste Wednesday. Have a lovely day, everybody. See you soon. Take care. Bye.